Good morning, everyone. Krista McGregor. I am your local and online health coach, proud owner of Key Elements, and super on a mission to help people understand how sugar can be affecting your body. Sugar is becoming a huge issue in our nation. It has been for years, and it's something that I think goes very undetected with people. So, if you haven't signed up for my Sugar Detox webinar, which is coming up next Tuesday, December 6th at 7 p.m., it is free, it's online, and it's a 1-hour webinar to help you understand more about how sugar could be wreaking havoc in your system or someone that you know. It's also going to give you some tips to get started on detoxing your body from sugar if you do in fact have an issue or think that you have an issue. So what I thought I would do is pop in and do a few live streams to explain who would be good to be on my webinar and join me next Tuesday. So here are some of the things to look for when our body is reacting to toxic sugar. One of the things can be that you have this, I guess the best word is insatiable crave for sugar, where it may not even be your mind that's craving the sugar. It's not an emotional thing. It's really a physical thing where you just feel like you have to have sugar, which could come in the form of dairy, certain grains, breads, pastry, that kind of thing, cakes and cookies, or just a massive crave for chocolate or candy or anything sugar. And I was talking to one of my friends today, just got out of my fabulous bar class with Ashley Joy at Glastonbury Bar and Yoga. And, I was talking to a young woman who had said to me, I have recurring yeast infections again and again and again, and I can't stop eating sugar. So that's another really good determination. If you're getting any kind of yeast or fungal infections and you can't get rid of them and they've become really chronic, that is a sure sign of possible what we call candida, which is a form of yeast/fungus overgrowth in the body. It's actually yeast, but it can turn into fungus, so we have to be really, really careful. And detoxing from sugar is not something that is simple. You just do it, for 5 days and you're good. Typically, if you have an addiction to sugar and your body has now formed a physical problem, like you could get thrush in your mouth, itchiness in the back of your throat all the time, those are all little signs of having yeast problems. And having yeast in your system can also cause yeast infections. Now, I know this is going to get a little gross, but I have to talk about this because I'm your health coach and I openly talk about symptoms all the time. But if you're finding that you are having lots of itchiness, especially in your groin area and your butt, those are signs of having some sugar issues, like overgrowth of sugar. Another really big sign is fatigue, like just being exhausted and not understanding why. People who typically, exercise a lot but may not understand how much sugar they're taking into their bodies, because the fact is that we are, I guess the average of what we are supposed to be taking in is between like 8 and 9 teaspoons of sugar on a daily basis. And in our nation, our country, we are typically taking 22 teaspoons minimum every single day, and we don't even know it. When I say that, I don't mean just, processed sugar, which is definitely a problem, but also when you think about cheese and you think about other kinds of dairy that isn't cultured, and you think about the carbohydrates that we eat, especially if they're simple carbohydrates, because we also get sugar naturally in some of our veggies and in our fruits. And so when you combine all of that together, it's a lot of sugar that our society takes in, which can cause massive problems. Sleep issues, attention issues, fogginess. So one of the things that I would really highly suggest is if you suspect at all that you may have a sugar issue, attend the webinar. It's Tuesday, December 6th, and it starts at 7 p.m. It's from 7 to 8. And I am, again, just going to be going over what to look for, giving you some data and statistics on what's happening in our country right now, probably all over the world, but, especially in America, and giving you some tips on ways to begin reducing sugar that is going to be really healthy for you. Our blood needs sugar. We have blood sugar that we have to keep stable throughout the day. And we take in natural sugars that are very good for us, but when we add in all of that processed stuff, or we're eating way too much of the natural sugars, then that can cause a yeast issue or a candida issue or a fungus issue. And fungus, once you get it, is very, very difficult to manage. So if you're borderline, you're getting some of these issues, or you feel like anything that I just mentioned might be an issue with you, definitely attend. This is free. It's part of my mission. My whole year next year is going to be focused on people being aware of what we're putting in our bodies, symptoms that could be causing other problems that are happening, and ways to prevent it getting worse. Because when you then develop a fungal issue that you cannot get rid of, a fungal issue that may be embedded in your organs, which is probably worst case scenario, or even fungus that you're finding on, that you can catch from other places. But if you're eating lots of sugar and you can't get rid of that nail fungus, you can't get rid of the fungus, then fungus craves sugar, and that's how it thrives. And so getting rid of fungus is really not an easy task. Now, when you go to detox from sugar, it can take a little while, because when all that stuff builds up in our system and wreaks havoc on some of our bodily functions, then it does take time. It takes support and it takes know-how. So my webinar is completely free. It's part of my mission to make this world a healthier, happier place, one experience at a time. It's open to the public, so please spread the word. Share with friends, colleagues. I've gotten great feedback, lots of people wanting to attend, so certainly sign up for it. There's a link, and I'll post it below for you to be able to register for free. Pass it along. And also, if you think that you need help, then call me, because I offer a free mini session where I can go over with you some of the symptoms you might be having, and you can have access to my scheduler, which is here on Facebook. Just click, that you want to book a session with me, and you will book the free mini session where we'll spend 15 minutes, 20 minutes on the phone. It's all by phone. And just try to figure out if you truly think that you have an issue. I can answer some questions, okay? So those mini sessions are also available, because I really want to be a big support in this community for us being as healthy and happy as possible. We're heading into the holiday season. We've already managed Halloween, which was full of candy. Believe me, I know. I love sugar. I used to be very addicted to sugar. And then we went into Thanksgiving. I mean, who can resist Thanksgiving, and pies and all kinds of desserts and all kinds of funky casseroles that may include sugar in them. And now we're heading into other celebrations. We've got our winter solstice celebration coming up. We've got Hanukkah at the same time as Christmas this year, and Kwanzaa, and all kinds of Three Kings Day, and all kinds of celebrations that are coming up. Cocktail parties, networking. I mean, this is a really busy time of year where there's tons and tons and tons of choices to make of what we put in our body. So if you have the know, you're able to manage it better. That doesn't mean you can never have sugar again. Like I said, our blood needs sugar. So when we're detoxing from sugar, we have to be really, really careful that we are not depleting our blood from sugar. There are clients that I have had to work with their physician in order to get them off of sugar, because it's way too dangerous if you have a major fungal issue, a major yeast issue, to just cut out sugar. If you just cut out all sugar, you can find yourself dizzy, you can faint. Lots of people end up in the emergency room from low blood sugar issues when they're trying to detox if they have a major, major problem. Now, most people don't have that, so I don't want to scare you. Most people are borderline, where they really, really are in control of what happens in the future. So I just hope that each and every one of you either shares this video, joins my webinar, and really gets in the know of, or helping you to get in the know of, what sugar looks like in your daily life and how you can manage it. So I hope you guys have a great day. Again, register for the webinar, spread the word. It's going to be a nice, big, happy little party. And I can't wait to see you there on Tuesday, December 6th at 7. All right, guys, I'll leave the link below. Mwah! Have a really great day. Take care.